Hey guys, it's Melissa Mara with Vintage Bee Design, and today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I received some free products from some really cool companies, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna use them, and I think you'll be seeing a lot more of them in upcoming videos because I had a great time with them. You've probably noticed the trend for fall is to have these bleached out flannel overshirts with some kind of emblem on the back. Today, I'm gonna try my hand at creating these. I went to the thrift store and got a couple pieces that I thought would fit the bill and be a little bit more my style than the grunginess. Then I went on Etsy and I started to search for some SVG files that I thought would fit the bill for the look, again, that I'm personally going to wear. So one of my gifts that I received was this HTV vinyl pack. It is a large pack, and I love that all of the instructions are right on this case that you can store everything into. So it makes it easy to take care of. It makes it easy to find the directions and know how to heat set it, know what temperature, everything involved in it. So this was fabulous. It also came in a ton of colors, and it had lots of duplicates on common colors like white and black and brown and gray, as well as some fun sparkly colors and buffalo print and metallics and all kinds of stuff. So I definitely am going to have some fun making some other things as we go into the holidays. But this is my first time ever using heat transfer vinyl. I also received this great machine from Vevor. Now I'm going to say I actually have a Titan that's very similar to this, and we paid close to $1,500 for our Titan. This machine was only $400 on Amazon and works just about as well. I think for most people, this is a much better value. Did you think that I'd gone away? I know, it's been like forever since I've been in front of this camera, I think. But I have been working. I was at the Makers and Shakers conference put on by Danielle Kaminsky in Spartanburg, South Carolina. That was a great opportunity. I got to talk there about how to merchandise your booth for more sales. And then I spent some time with my new grandbaby. And so I'm really sorry that I have been gone, but well, sometimes life takes over and you just don't seem to be able to get ahead of the game. And it's gonna happen a little bit coming up because we're going on a cruise this weekend. Now I am pre-recording some content, so I will have a video for you while we're gone. But know that I am thinking about you guys while I'm on the seas, but I am going to enjoy a little bit of life. So hopefully you will stay tuned and come back when, I come back. Once you have downloaded your SVG file from Etsy, you open the program called SignMaster, which actually in this case came with the Vivo cutter that I have, and you can just completely upload it, and then you just go to the upper left and you want to be sure to reverse your image. Once you have your design completely set up and you've remembered to reverse image it, then it is simple as hitting the cut button, and it sends the signal over to your cutter and immediately starts cutting. Now, the nice thing about this machine is that you actually can do really large pieces of vinyl, so you can do really large signs and things like that. Of course, our HTV vinyl is smaller than that, so it might be overkill for using this machine on it. You could definitely use a Cricut or other small machine, but I've got this fun new toy, so of course I was excited to try it out. One thing to note, when you're using the HTV vinyl, you want to have the matte side up. The shiny, really glittery, whatever color you have is actually face down, because the shiny side is actually going to be your transfer tape. Once you've got your design cut out, then of course you get to the fun of weeding it. It did come with, the HTV vinyl did come with this really cool weeding tool, which did make it really easy. Now, of course, I am going to keep the letters on. I'm not using this as a stencil. I'm actually putting the letters on my piece. So I am sort of reverse weeding this, making sure to leave only behind what I want to stick to my fabric. It's also really important to make sure that there aren't any little scraps of the HTV vinyl left. Now I am using a piece of cotton that was actually from an old dress that no longer fits me and is kind of out of style. So I am repurposing this fabric from another piece of clothing that I already owned. I didn't have to go out and purchase anything. And I'm just sort of tearing it and sizing it to fit the back of the shirt that I've chosen. And as my third and final fun new toy, I have this new HTV heat press. It was super simple to use, so I have followed the instructions on the vinyl, and I'm placing my first word because I've chosen to do this in 2 different colors. And using the settings that it recommended, I am simply following the instructions with the temperature and setting it for 20 seconds with medium pressure. After letting it cool, you can see I can just pull that transfer paper right off and it is perfect. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my lettering and repeat this process. Now that I have my design set, I am going to go ahead and start pinning this to the shirt I'm using. And you can see how perfect the colors are with the shirt that I've chosen. And I did not pre-plan this. They just have so many colors to choose from. It made picking this out very easy. And now I'm going to move on to my second one. I have decided to go with sort of a charcoal gray to match this shirt. And I'm going to basically repeat this exact same process. The Vevor machine has these adjustable rollers for tension. They are super easy to use to get your paper in and out of the machine as well as adjust the tension. And that's right, more fun with weeding. Actually, this paper was really easy to weed. The machine cut it perfectly. And the only issue is just trying to keep track of my pattern on this one. I did have to reference the actual image quite a few times to know what I was weeding, but I wanted to be sure to leave only the parts that I wanted to keep on the shirt. Because this image is a circle, I wanted to be sure to have it centered properly. So I am using the image itself to help determine how much fabric I am leaving. And you can see I'm just ripping up this old dress that I had. For me, this was just putting the image back in the center and using it to kind of determine how much I wanted, and then tearing and repeating the process until I was happy with the size of the fabric that I had. Adjusting the temperature and timing on this was very easy. Of course, there are instructions, but basically you set the temperature, and when the light turns green, you know it's ready. But if you have questions, there is an easy to follow instruction manual. Because my fabric was quite wrinkly to begin with, I actually used this as an iron to get rid of all the wrinkles before I decided to heat press my image on there. And I did this quite easily with both sides. And then again, following the same instructions that I did before, simply press for 20 seconds on the correct temperature and then let it go. Once it's cooled, I can peel the transfer paper off and it is good to go. If you have any pieces that don't stick completely perfectly, kind of like his little eyebrow, they're pulled up a little bit, then I'm just going to repeat the process and make sure that it is well stuck. So I'm going to tell you, I was having so much fun and I was on a roll that I decided to veer off a little bit. We are getting ready to go on a cruise, and Sue has been bugging us to get some cruise shirts done. So I thought I would take some of this aqua color that was here that I really loved and embellish a plain t-shirt that I had sitting in my closet. And yeah, so this is sort of like a bonus print that I've got here. After using this HTV vinyl, I felt that I'd already figured out so many tricks. You know, this is all of my third time using it, that I thought, hey, why not try some layering of different colors? Why not give that a go? And as you'll see, it was just as easy as layering the next one over the next piece. And this gave it a lot of dimension. So I'm going to say this stuff is so easy to use and a little bit addictive. I was able to easily mix and match and start creating very personalized pieces that are uniquely me in only, this is my third shirt and I'm already trying crazy things. So I definitely foresee this being an addictive little habit. If you love working with your Cricut or a cutter and you want to make some unique pieces, I say give this a go. Originally, I planned on sewing these onto my shirts, but I ended up using this heat bond paper instead. My sewing machine was having some issues, and so yeah, I used my image as a guide as to the size that I needed, and then, you know, that heat press to the rescue again. I will say this was really easy and probably better than using my sewing machine in the end because expediency. I am not a really great sewer, and again, my machine was having issues. It was nice to make this where it took basically no fuss and it was done in no time, and another great option to show exactly how this heat press works. Now that my designs are done, it was time to take it into the bathroom and bleach it out. So I put some bleach, straight up 100% bleach in a spray bottle, and went to town on spraying these shirts up. Now, I'm going to say I probably should have left this longer. I let it soak for about an hour, and I thought that would be sufficient. I didn't want it to eat through the fabric, but the bleach stains aren't quite as bleachy as I would have liked in the end, so maybe I needed to let it sit longer. I may repeat this pattern later, but for the purpose of this video, I needed to get it done. I also had the brilliant idea of using some leftover coffee from that morning and flicking it all over the shirt to create coffee stains, because I don't know about you, but if I ever spill coffee on myself, it is there for life. That shirt is over. Well, I did this and I let it sit in there for about an hour before I washed it. And wouldn't you know, it all 100% washed out. In real life, this would never, ever happen. So I think I am going to get some watered down paint and repeat this process, maybe using a brown like chocolate or something like that, maybe some fusion mineral paint that has a built-in top coat, and repeat this so I get a little bit of that dirty, grungy look. My shirt doesn't really show any of this, but, you know, I can always come back and futz with that later, or, you know, wear it when I'm actually painting and doing stuff. And trust me, those stains will come naturally because I'm always getting paint all over myself. I really felt like I had done some damage to this shirt and was going to have perfect staining, and you can already see it bleaching out. So here's a look at the final products. You can see that they didn't bleach as much as I was hoping, and the stains from the coffee definitely didn't take, but I really do love the result. I think I'm going to have fun wearing this one, especially close to Halloween. And of course, this is an overall fall favorite. I'm kind of trying to show you down towards the bottom. There is like a little bit of discoloration from the bleach, but there's no real bleach spots. So that was a little bit disappointing. And of course, the cruise is coming. We leave tomorrow. I'm super excited. Of course, by the time you're watching this, I'll already be on the boat. But I will have fun wearing this shirt, and there's a little bit of a peek in me wearing it. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching today. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit like and subscribe. It really helps our channel grow and helps me to make more videos. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.